Hey guys, welcome back for another stunning comparison. And Micromax has finally announced their comeback in India with the In Note 1 and the In 1B. Now these two phones are pretty interesting, and today's video will bring a new comparison of Poco M2 versus Realme Narzo 20A versus Micromax in Note 1. So let's see who wins, and let's see if India can do it this time or not. As usual, our comparison has some certain criteria. First, we start with comparing the display. So the display of the Poco M2 is of 6.5-inch FHD display. It's an FHD panel that is very good. The Narzo 20A panel is of 6.5-inch. It is not an FHD panel, it is just an HD plus display. But in Note 1 also has an FHD display, but it is very bigger in comparison to Poco M2. Yes, it's a 6.67-inch FHD display, pretty big. Redmi Note 9 Pro have these type of big displays, and this one also has the same, but the refresh rate of all these phones are same. So in the first segment, the points goes to Poco M2 and in Note 1. So Poco 1, Narzo 0, in 1. Let's move ahead to the processor. The processor of the Poco M2 is of MediaTek Helio G8T, but the Narzo 20A has a Snapdragon processor at the price which is really massive, Snapdragon 665, which is a pretty decent processor for normal usage, and in Note 1 has the MediaTek Helio G85. Now to be honest, Snapdragon 665 is better than both of the other two processors, but still the power is equal to Snapdragon 665 is almost equal to MediaTek Helio G85. So here the points goes to 1 point goes to Narzo and 1 goes to in Note 1. So now the points are Poco 1, Narzo 1 and Indian brand in 2, which is really satisfying to see. So let's move to the next comparison, which is the camera. Now camera is one of the most important segments in a comparison, but still we are comparing it on specs because we do not have live images or we do not have a sample of in right now. But still, the camera of Poco M2 is of 13 megapixel main camera plus 8 megapixel ultra wide camera plus 5 megapixel macro camera and 2 megapixel depth camera. 8 megapixel notch selfie camera Poco M2 has. Narzo is almost similar with a 12 megapixel camera, but it doesn't have an ultra wide camera with 8 megapixel notch. But this is really surprising. Micromax has really done a great job in the camera department with a 48 megapixel camera at this price point, but unfortunately the ultra wide camera has been decreased to 5 megapixel, and it also has 2 megapixel macro and 2 megapixel depth. But the selfie camera is pretty amazing. 16 megapixel selfie camera at this price point is really great. So yes, here Micromax also gets another point. So now the points are 1, 1 and 3. So let's move ahead to the RAM and ROM options. Now Poco X2 definitely wins here because of its stunning 6GB RAM, because at this price point 6GB RAM is like massive. And so yes, Poco M2 gets a point here with 6GB plus 64GB variant and 128GB as well. Realme Narzo has 3GB variant, 3GB plus 32GB, 4GB plus 64GB. In has 4GB plus 64GB, 4GB plus 128GB. So now the points are 2, 1, 3. So let's move ahead to the battery. Poco M2 and in have the same battery size. All three of them have the same battery size, 5000 mAh, but in has done it again. In has 18-watt charger in box with a USB Type-C port. In fact, all have USB Type-C port, but Poco M2 doesn't have 18-watt charging. It supports 18-watt, but it doesn't have 18-watt in box. And Narzo 10A probably supports 10-watt. So yes, point goes to in Note 1 here as well. And now the points are 2, 1 and 4. So let's move ahead to the final segment, which is the price. Now if you want to see the price of Poco M2 is in front of you, is 11,646 for the 6 plus 64GB variant. Now this is the launch price. We always compare with the launch prices only. And the second comparison, if you see, the 6 plus 128GB is of 12.5k, that means 12,500 rupees. The price of Realme Narzo 20A is of 3 plus 32GB variant, 8.5 thousand. 4 plus 64GB is priced at 9.5 thousand, and whereas the in is priced at pretty decent, very aggressive pricing. This is 4GB plus 64GB at 11,000 and 4GB plus 128GB at 12.5 thousand. If you see the pricing way, Poco has priced it extremely great because of its 6 plus 120GB offering at 12.5 thousand, whereas Micromax offers it 4GB plus 128GB at 12.5 thousand. So yes, pricing Poco it's really great, but you have to, if you go for Poco, you need to remove two things. Like, you don't get the 48 megapixel camera, you don't get the 16 megapixel selfie camera, you don't get the 18-watt charging in the box, and you don't get a better processor, which is MediaTek Helio G85. So overall, I would recommend you, the winner is in Note 1. Very well, we are feeling very happy for India right now. Finally we got a great brand in Note 1. So yes, in Note 1 is the winner, the second comes Poco M2, and the third is Realme Narzo 20A. So which one is your favorite phone, and are you happy with Micromax's comeback? Do tell me in the comments. And so thanks for watching this comparison, and hope you like this video, and do like, share, subscribe and comment, and we'll be back with our next video soon. So till then, bye and thanks for watching.